just tell everybody y'all I'm not the bass guy.
Your bass guy is good. Even though it's funny, we talked about Lil B when he was coming, y'all probably didn't. But I was like, who is this big guy? And that's all rap is now.
Bass guy.
You know what I mean? That's all rap is rapping like him.
So you want us to get this right, that way, right?
No, look at y'all. Don't
look at each other.
Yeah,
okay, I've been trying really hard not to. So you want us to interact with each other? Like when I feel like
because we asked the question, so it's natural for you to interact.
Y'all might well just turn this way for her.
Yeah, because I'm looking straight the whole time like a little dummy.
Are we good on cameras with them doing that?
They're good.
Yeah, I can see him good. Jason got a nice little profile going right there.
Oh no, that's good actually.
Welcome to episode 4 of
Walked into a bar.
Hey, okay, now we got the crowd participation.
That's right.
You know, David, you know what I'd like to do before we jump into our second question?
Talk to me.
I would like to familiarize our audience with who we have visiting us this evening.
Oh, this is how we're going to do it.
Hello, okay, tell us.
Walked into a bar. Mr. Jason Lee, tell them all about you, brother.
Jason, my name's Jason. I'm a Baltimore City police officer, 17 years. Just counting down.
What you counting down to? Thanksgiving, Christmas, retirement. How long do you have to go?
20, but
20 more years?
I'm sorry, 20 total, but.
Oh my God, 20 more years. Stop counting. Just wait and see.
Put your plans on your retirement party on hold.
I may end up doing 25. Just my daughter.
Okay.
That's noble.
Yeah. All right, Queen, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey guys, it's your girl Teresa Davis of TV Productions, Canyon Davis. I do a lot of things here in Baltimore. I'm a filmmaker, I'm a director, I'm a 5-time author. I write about inner city drugs, murder, sex, and relationships. Some of my novels are Dope Dick, Hysterectomy in the Hood. Wait! Wait! Pistol Whip, Ghetto Misery Uncut, and I also have a big movie coming out very, very soon in Baltimore called Percocet. It is off the hook about Baltimore, the promethazines and things like that here in Baltimore. So yeah, I do a lot of things. So.
Go for it.
I didn't mention Dope Dick during the first segment of this.
You should have done that. Drop right there.
Okay, well, I'm like, wait, you wrote a Dope Dick. That's one of them. And then you got the.
You could have plugged that with Jill Scott segment.
No, hysterectomy. That's the one that fucked me up. I know what the fucking hysterectomy is. I'm like, you wrote a book about hysterectomy. Yeah, so hysterectomy in the Hood is it's about taking away. It's about the drugs, the sex, the murder, the recovery. I like to write about recovery because I don't want to just give you violence, but I want to give you full circle. I want to give you a hope. I want to give you a means to come out of what you're in. But I do want to show what's happening when I sit on my inner city steps and when I see my eyes. I like that.
All right, young queen, tell us a little bit about yourself.
YokoMcThuggin.
It's your girl YokoMcThuggin, Yoko the bass guy, Miss Stoner gang music and shit. We in here, back with Barbie, Trap Kitten, a whole lot of gang shit. I do all that shit. I'm here.
And what can we know you by or keep an eye out for?
Right now I have a single that's on all streaming platforms, opened up a Gucci Man currency recently in DC. Legalize your weed, go sign up. Get your medical marijuana card. That helps everybody. Like stop allowing them to lock you up for things that they're giving to us. Okay? But yeah, Stoner gang music.
I hear that. Next up, Javon Bond.
Yeah, it's me, Javon Bond 007. I'm just a hustler, baby. I just want you to know it ain't where I've been, it's where I'm about to go.
Hey. All right, so Javon, tell us a little bit, like, how do we know you, or what should we be looking out for you?
I mean, you know, my social media is Javon Bond 007. Everybody know me when they see me. You know what I mean? I promote parties. I get people out of jail. I do a lot of things, man. You never know what I'm gonna be doing next. I might be selling cars. I'm about to start selling y'all houses. We coming real big in 2019. Over. I'm trying to get at M millions. I'm telling you, it's coming. $1 million next.
That's right. Claim these things as if they were. So as you can see, David, we got a nice crew here tonight.
It's going
Makes for an
interesting
conversation. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna dive into our second topic that's been trending a lot. As you all are aware, last week we received the news that model and Bad Boy record founder Sean Diddy Combs, a mother to their 3 children, Kim Porter, passed away at the age of 47. The autopsy results have not come back really to confirm, but it's alleged that she passed away due to complications of pneumonia. And so the argument that seems to be trending around her death, and specifically with black women, is that black women tend to receive less than adequate medical care for serious ailments. So our question, do you feel that there is truth to this statement? Have you experienced any personal experiences of going to the doctor and feeling like you weren't getting the best treatment? And just, you know, share that. And then men, you have women in your lives. Have you had a female in your life that you feel like just got the short end of the stick when she went to her doctor? Wherever you want to start.
They get all in their ass about it.
Yeah.
But no, as a African American female, I'm one of those black people that come from like, I'm not going to the hospital unless I really cannot like outlive it. Like if it hurts to the point that I can't function, then I'm gonna go to the hospital. Outside of breast exams and pap smears, I'm not gonna go to the hospital. So if I go to the hospital, I'm in pain, something's wrong. And there's been plenty of times that I went for something and I don't do prescription drugs or anything, so I don't want you hurt. I want you to fix me, tell me what's wrong. The worst incident I believe I dealt with, and this is Baltimore County Hospital. My first child, my son was sent home with one of the highest levels of jaundice. If you know what jaundice is, like they're not even supposed to send your baby home. I was in the hospital maybe a whole 24 hours, sent my baby home. Sent me home with the baby. I'm a new mother, 18 years old. If it wasn't for my grown adult mother and me not being hard-headed and not listening to it, she's like, take your baby back to the hospital. Don't wait until your first checkup. He's too yellow. And then I'm telling him something's wrong with him. They're like, oh no, he's okay. No, look at him. Obviously there's something wrong with him. Listen to me. So it's like, I feel like when we go into hospitals as a black woman, they look at us like we complain too much. We're overly dramatic. So if there is something wrong, if we tell you our pain is at a 10, that shit is at a 40. Because we can withhold a lot. So if I'm coming to you telling you something's wrong, something is wrong. And if, from what I heard with Ms. Porter, she had complications from pneumonia. She keep going back into the hospital and I'm sick and nobody's taking her serious. And that's you're dubbed emotional and over dramatic and nobody takes her serious. And I do believe that was true. 47 years old and a healthy woman, a vegan and all that, there's no reason we should die like that.
Ms. Teresa?
I'm sorry you went through those things.
I'm a baby's popping now.
I'm sorry.
He's popping out.
You know, I on the contrary, I had no problem when I go to the hospital. I think I go regularly. A lot of people don't want to go. Like you said, you have to be hurt. But men do that too. I think you should go on a regular basis just because of the world that we live in, the things that are happening, people sexually, what they're doing, you got a mate. You know, you can trust yourself, but you can't trust your mate. You know what you're going to do. And sometimes you can't even trust yourself because you get in a predicament and you make the wrong decisions. You know what I mean? So you would want to go as often as you can, get your pap smear on time, get your breast exam on time, and you know, ask for those results and take those results with you and compare those results to your last result. As an older woman, we have to go a little more than you.
And I feel like as a woman, that's the only thing they'll listen to us about. Breast cancer and sexually transmitted disease. Anything else we're going in for, they don't want to hear.
It's very important to go early.
I have chest pains. You're just upset. No, I have a chest pain. I'm in pain.
It's very important to keep going. If you don't like that, doctor, you have the right to change. Because at the end of the day, your life is in your own hands. Because if you wait, some of these things that people get, they can't be cured. It's something like cancer is really prevalent in men now as far as women. I have family members who just fought cancer. You know, shout out to anyone who's fighting, you know, cancer. And, you know, my heart goes out to Ms. Porter and her family. I don't know her, I don't know the whole story, but it is saddening. When someone dies, it's saddening. But I think it's healthcare. It's too many places that are here that are free. that take low insurances, type of insurances. There's too many out there. There's too many resources for us not to go and embark upon them and get them and save our own lives first. It's just like with kids in school. If you see your kid failing and you see that he can't read, and you ask him to read something, you see that he can't count, it's your duty to teach them. It's your duty to teach. So it's your duty to look at your body. It's your duty to pay attention to your body.
Fellas?
Well, I think the fellas is going in. We want to ask the question because I agree with both of the ladies. I think y'all made good, valid points. But just to ask this question, do you feel that the Western Hemisphere healthcare process is more about business these days than versus helping to help people's health?
Oh yeah, because everybody knows there's no money in the cure. You know, so everything's geared around medication, you know, temporary relief, whatever. Me personally, my mother passed away in 2002 from breast cancer. She was 42.
Right.
So there's a dramatic difference between the healthcare that was going back then and what's going on now. And I see so many women now today fighting it off, you know, testing negative as far as, you know, when they get their exams and everything, cancer survivors. So I encourage women to keep up with that.
Yeah, I bet you.
Because, like I said, 42.
That's right.
And now I'm 38 myself. So a lot of my friends are around 40, 42. And that's a big thing.
And to piggyback on what you said, like I said, I am doing the film on purpose. I got to talk about this because we have to look at this, people. And the reason why I chose to do this is one of my partners, the guy I'm doing the movie with, he had a serious ailment come about from nowhere. And he couldn't walk, and they had to cut his leg. And the first thing they did, like you said, sweetheart, was shove him some
Percocet. I'm like, I don't want that.
He said, I don't want Percocet. I don't know how to walk again, and he didn't know how to walk again. But that was what sparked my interest in doing the movie. Everybody wants to take Percocet now. Everybody.
Because it becomes addictive. And, you know, everybody selling pills.
And kids. We got our kids taking Percocet. We got 13 years old.
I always say it's like the new crack.
That's what it is. It's a new dope, new crack. That's what it is.
I myself was a little alarmed when I had just given childbirth and I had an emergency C-section and they were going to prescribe me Percocets and I'm like, but I'm breastfeeding.
What hospital did you have the baby at?
I was at GB.
That's where I was at when I had my son.
Oh,
that's why I didn't want to blast them like that.
No. And I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't even make sense to me.
When I went to Mercy and had my daughter, you can be in as much pain as you want. We're not giving you nothing.
Yeah, I was like, no, thank you.
Mercy was like, oh, you want this drug, that, take it off. Come back. I'm like,
so you breastfeed so that you give your baby the same drug.
So you slow, starting it from infancy.
So if he ever had a chance to take a Percocet, it's familiar to him. Oh, this feels good. I don't know why, but I really like this. As with our drug addicts and our drunks and our alcoholism. Why you like it? Because your parents liked it. Why you like it? Because they fed it to you.
So let me ask a question as well, going into that. Why are we so rejected as a people for natural remedies, you know, herbs and things of the natural earth that can help us in here? Why don't we want to research? Why are we so rejected when people are trying to give us that information to better take care of ourselves and our health?
I can answer that question. I think part of the reason, the times we live in now, everything is just so fast. Like you can jump on your phone, you can order a cab, you can jump on your phone, you can have food come straight to you. So everybody wants it right now. It's like nobody wants to. So, I mean, and we don't research nothing, like, at all.
You're right.
There's no research done on anything.
Right.
So, like you said, it's in reference to, like, if you want to do something, change. So, like, I noticed I was gaining a lot of weight. So I started eating meat.
Okay.
And, like, totally cut it off, like cold turkey.
Right.
And everybody was like, yo, why you do that? And I was like, man, listen, I just want to feel better.
And you feel a lot more energy, you feel energized.
I'm always energy. I got a bunch of energy.
I know. Where we going with you here? We're going to
the club.
I knew it.
Go ahead and promote that. What's happening one day tonight?
Let's go somewhere.
We're going to hookah lounge off the road, 7709.
I see.
I knew it. Here you going somewhere. But I agree with you though. You feel like you want to get out of bed, you know, because it's not.
I'm gonna get out of bed every day anyway, though, baby.
You gonna get that money?
Every
We talking
day.
about this.
Every day.
You gonna get that cheddar, baby, bigger better.
Yeah.
I know. We talking about that.
what you were saying is like as far as the herbs and things, like one of the things, that's one of the things I really kind of got into, and I love to say it's because of her, this was a few years ago, but you ever watched the Left Eye documentary? She first brought up Dr. Sadie back then. So as a kid, I'm trying to figure out like, who is this man that Left Eye went and he jumped in hot doors and disappeared on the whole world just to get her life together? Now, you know, he's dead, he's no longer here, but some of the things I know as far as herbs, I learned from him. So before I go take Tylenol 2, I will find out what herb can give me the same healing properties that I won't become addicted to, that heal other things in the process. I'm acquainted, like, listen, this is the herb for this, so I'll probably take that before I go take a prescription pill that I'll become addicted to that can cause another problem. Because most of every pill has a list of side effects that's way worse than the problem. I'm like, you know what? I don't want that side effect. The most I want to do is get flushed. And that's great.
You would think that by having ancestors of slaves and how there was no medicine to treat our ailments, that it was all about what you found in the garden or what you found, what Big Mama could mix up. And you think that as that coming from that type of, you know, ancestry, that we would be more prone to gravitate towards that book of home remedies that my mama used to have.
That's what
you know, so
European and modern living.
And everybody wants to look like somebody. What you said, yeah, everybody wants to rush and have quick. No one wants to work for anything. Everybody wants successfully. They want to be successfully quick. I want to be.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. You're gonna run that place.
Yeah, even worse. Hey, success. You gotta wait for a minute now. It's not gonna happen that quick. Remember they came out with the sex dolls? People went crazy.
No,
I want a sex doll.
nasty ass niggas went crazy.
I want a sex doll.
That shit.
I want a sex doll.
Oh, guys,
Everybody want a sex doll.
listen, the evolution of the sex doll right now is crazy. I just saw something. I was like, that's what it looked like?
Oh, God.
You like that?
But everybody wants it to happen quick. They want everything fast. No one wants to work. No one wants to wait. No one wants to count. No one wants to, okay, you look forward to it. It's just, I want it now. I want it now. So they popping these pills. My
We
arm
just
hurts.
live
My
in a
leg hurts.
microwave society.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the pill popping do come from the music, though. Like, it's pushed on.
Yeah,
It's an agenda.
It's an agenda.
You know what I'm saying? It's a huge agenda. Even down to, like, sexuality right now.
Yeah.
Like, everything used to be private. Now everything is wide open. People tell you everything online. Like, you go online.
Yeah.
I guarantee I get on this Instagram tonight. 11 o'clock. Is somebody gonna be in there talking about they horny or something.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what?
And that's something that I feel as though really shaped the change of things. Because I literally say, like, I'm born in '89, so I tried to fine line of when my neighbors used to be able to whip my ass to nobody was allowed to whip my ass. Like, it was, I tried that fine line of that. So I grew up, it's certain, like, I have nothing against the LGBT community. My mother is a part of that community, but my thing is I've lived in a household with that, exposed to that. Like, that was my household, my living situation, but I didn't know what was going on. Like, they talked to me like, oh, this is not a boy, this is a girl, this is my girlfriend. I'm like, all right, whatever, bye. As a kid now, they want to teach them that in school.
They want to show you that on TV.
And I'm like, that's not fair. It's
Right.
the only reason I honestly say it's not fair because you're exposing children to a lifestyle they knew nothing of. And I was a kid and I lived in that household with that lifestyle and didn't participate, didn't care to do that until I was 17, 18, 19, grown enough to make those own decisions. I'd be looking at boys that's 9 and 10 years old and they're making that life decision. I was like, you don't know why you made that life decision. It was exposed to you to make that life decision way too early. Like, I had a 10-year-old that's about to be 11. I don't drive, I ride public transit. Do you think I have, you know how hard it is to explain to kids that they visually see, oh, that's a boy. But why got girl clothes on? But that's, now I have to have a long extended conversation that I didn't have to have because when I saw that for my own eyes, because I've probably seen it my whole life and paid no attention to it. I just saw a person living their life because I didn't have a title to what they were doing. Now they're giving everything a title and they're telling the children those titles. Now kids want to pick and choose what they want to do. And I lived in a generation, you don't have no opinion until you're 18.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what? That is. We want to put a pin.
Listen, we on fire right now, and I'm gonna change your name. Can I change your name? I'm gonna change it. YokoMcKnowledge, baby. All right, but listen, we gonna stay right there. We're gonna come back with ... walked into a bar, and we're gonna segue right into that conversation
After
she's
this
having.
commercial break, we got something for y'all.
Walking to a bar, yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Cousin, sister, that you just don't want to be around
Loaded.
on a normal day.
Uncle Jeffro
And
always burning the
See, part of me
turkey.
wants to just not say nothing
Oh,
because
Lord.
I feel like eventually somebody in my family's gonna see this like, there she goes talking shit about us on the internet. We told y'all she was
Well,
talking
we
shit
are
about us
going
on the
to
internet. I was like, no,
not
y'all
say
not
the
that
names to
special.
protect the guilty and the
I don't
innocent.
get it.
But what we want to talk about is that have you had to cut off toxic family members? And if so, like, what was that like? What happened?
Uncle Jeffro was getting cut off for the burnt
You
turkey.
know, Cousin
With y'all.
Louise
I'ma let
sleeping
everybody
with
know
y'all
before I start
sister's
talking
man,
shit.
you know.
I've never had that issue. If somebody's like out of order, I get a kick out of it. I have like a sixth sense of humor.
I bet you do. You're a lot of work. You better
Yeah,
work
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, unfortunately in my family, when my mother passed, we started losing a lot.
Yeah.
It was like a chain reaction. And a lot of funny characters at that. So I missed them. I missed that, the arguing.
Right, because as much as they're a pain, they still are a part of the
Right.
family
And it
dynamic.
was
You
nothing
wait
that
for
was-
Uncle Joe to come
Right.
through because you know he's going to be drunk and he's going to
Wow.
It was
You
never
go
nothing
act a
like
fool.
crazy. It was just, that family, like, my grandma.
I just want to know when the food comes. Y'all been cooking ever since Thanksgiving last
Cousin
year.
JoJo come and put up all your
Still ain't got the
purses,
food ready.
put your rings up.
I'm
Yes!
sitting on a sister.
What's up?
And
Put your jewelry away.
my uncle come upstairs trying to eat everything, take it in the face.
Can I use the bathroom?
Right.
Never say
Never see him again.
Okay, Miss Teresa, so you got any family members that you've had to cut
Oh,
off?
woo, let me stand up on this week.
Teresa, I won't be in your next movie,
You
girl.
done cut them off?
Percocet.
Y'all know I love y'all. I love all of them.
Percocet.
You know I love them. But you know what? I'm be honest.
Yeah, little dope dick too.
You gonna be in
I want to be in all them. Coochie at the club, all that.
It was hysterectomy. Like,
Hysterectomy, y'all. I know it was. I don't want the hysterectomy. I want in the club with a cooch.
It fucked up the whole coochie.
Yeah,
That's what that is.
Yeah, you lose the whole thing.
Come on, Mr. Reason.
Ron called it, boy. I'm trying to tell you, boy. It's time for you.
No, come on, it's the TV.
This
They
thing's
always
still done.
telling me, I know that book ain't about me. I know you ain't right about me. Did you do it? The
Truth shall set you free.
But I do have to be honest. That's all I can be. I ain't got a whole lot of money. I ain't got all this. I ain't got all that. I'm honest. That don't cost nothing. It ain't the family for me. It's people that I met that I had to distance myself with and I had to digress from. Because if not, I was going to get you to come to my house with them silver handcuffs. And you to come with the paperwork to get me out on bail. And you to come dance in my party when I get hey, I will leave. Hey, listen, this is 2019 about the Barker Fund, right? So, mwah, to all you drove me crazy. Mwah, I love y'all. Go ahead on to bed, so.
Don't try to get rid of me, Teresa, because I won't be in that next
Yo,
movie.
what family members you had to cut off in 18?
Because I'm going to be on that joint down Monument Street. Dummy.
Look, listen, simply, I don't know if y'all heard the quote, it's a Kanye West song, and he's like, I'm the deadbeat cousin, I hate family reunions. I had, like, and this, I don't come from a family where everybody's super unified to begin with. Like, if anybody really, really knows me, knows that I'm my only family member outside of my youngest sibling that's incarcerated that lives in Baltimore. The rest of my family lives everywhere else. I moved away because I don't like them like that. So, not all of them, literally dead ass, not all of them. Y'all know which ones I like. But you know which one I don't like. And her kids by default. Like, it's really by default. I'm petty like that. Like, it's not even petty like that. But listen, I tried to listen. When I say...
I ain't coming over your crib and
not even like that. I love you. But if you did some shit to me to, like, really make me feel like, damn, like... And my issue started with a big cousin that's exactly 10 years older than me. So when I was growing up, that was the cousin that watched me. So her kids, I've watched all of her kids. So when an incident happened and it really showed how she really felt about me, I'm like, you're talking about me like girls who don't know me. Over what? Over what? I was like, you know what? You're jealous. And you've probably been jealous since I was in diapers. And so I'm not going to fuck with you. But your kids, they my cousins. So I love that. So the oldest, I gave her my number because I'm like, you know what? Even though me and your mother not talking right now, I want you to still get in contact with me. But then I had to think, my kids is my kids. Her kids is her kids. So you know what happened 2 weeks later after I gave my little cousin my number?
You changed your number.
My oldest cousin started, her mother started playing on my phone. So I was like, you know what? Fuck all of y'all. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. But recently, and this happened in 2015, that's how you know I'm dead petty. And I'm just now starting to feel like, damn. I mean, it's still fuck their mother, but
oh my God.
Hey, little cousins. Big cousin Jazz here. I even gave y'all the real name. Big cousin Jazz still here. But yeah, it's still fuck y'all mother.
All right,
Yoko,
so
hold on, no, hold on.
no, that's how she feels.
Hold on, no, Yoko, all I want to know.
My mother knows it. I tell her, I was like, oh mom, I don't mess with your sister because I don't fuck with her daughter.
Yoko, this is all I need to know. Would you kick out Bruce Jenner or Caitlyn Jenner out of church because he don't know how to dress?
Listen,
Bruce.
Which one you kicking out of church?
That's a whole other topic. That's a whole other church. Javon, have you had a family member that you have had to like cut them off, like new number, who this?
Right.
I mean, see me, I'm one thing
Too
about
slick
me.
to cut somebody out.
Here we go.
Listen, this
He
real,
invite
right?
people to dinner.
I forgive people real fast. Like I don't hold no grudges. Like I'm just a genuine person, and when I'm mad at people, like just people that don't like me for whatever reason, people just don't like you because you got a great personality. It has
Shit
nothing
like
to do
that I
with
can live with, but
like,
if you
no,
really,
listen
I
to me,
have a
listen,
kind
listen,
heart.
listen,
If you fuck that little nice little Grinch heart up, it's done for you.
Nah, but see, I'm
She's
forgetting,
a
right?
Scorpio, dog.
I learned real young, right? My father used to say, stay away from miserable people and people with misfortune because they bad luck don't fall on you.
And that's what she is.
Right?
She's misfortune because I'm happy to live my best life.
But listen,
Yeah.
so as a kid, right?
Right.
I'm close with my father's side of the family, like real close.
Yeah.
Some of my mother family I'm close with, but my grandmother's side of the family on my mother's side, they was a little bit less fortunate than we was coming up, so they didn't like me. So when my mother tried to make me go over there, I was like, "Man, the people don't like me, so I don't want to go over there."
I'm not going over there.
You sound like the cousin I'm talking about, not you.
Thanksgiving.
But that's, I was like, you was the better off cousins, and so like you lived on the same street your whole life, and you're mad at my mother because of how we was raised.
But guess what?
You're hateful. There's something wrong with
I'm not going over there. And then I made a point young that I'm not going to do that, right? I'm going to stand on something. And my mother like, wow, I'm telling you, because they don't like us.
And you know they don't like us.
You make a slick expressions like, what's wrong with you? Like, you old. Like, it's right together. Like, what's wrong with you?
So Javon Bond, all I want to know is, Javon, I want to know, because we talking about toxic family members, but what about intoxicated family members? How we deal with them?
Oh no, we getting them bottles. Get lit.
Turn up.
No.
Some folks just should not
Tell that secret.
And Yoko, we're going to get that card to the card you were talking about earlier.
Well,
Yes,
we know, like I
listen.
said, this week is Thanksgiving, and with folks, like, so for me personally, we just had an unexpected death. My great uncle passed away of a heart attack over the weekend, and I know, you know, like we've all experienced death. So it's like when those type of things happen, you really start to take a different look on family, especially when all of a sudden family starts dropping, and then you start really analyzing, was that beef really worth all of that? Like, you know, so I think as you get older and you start really taking a look at life and how precious it is, like this 5-year-old, she's fighting right now. What if her aunt and her mother was beefing? You know, like sometimes you just got to put the beef away.
That's why you don't beef with the kids. It's still fuck the mother.
you just, the beefing, sometimes it has to, you have to put some things into perspective. It's what, you know, I'm just, you know, suggesting to the group. But, all right, so the bottom line, where are we going for Thanksgiving dinner? Who cooked?
Listen.
Who cooked?
Not my house.
Now check this out, because I need somebody to tell me where the goddamn vegan
Jason looks like he
Thanksgiving
can cook on the low.
I need a vegan Thanksgiving.
I can cook.
See? That's what I
I'm not
said.
cooking.
What? Mr. Teresa, you got the potato salad. Listen,
I want her, baby. Hey, cousin.
I heard they having Thanksgiving at the MCM Grand. We're going over down there.
All right. So yeah, we got the food, we got the drinks, we gonna be smoking, hookahs, what? Who got all
Where is the
that?
goddamn vegan Thanksgiving? Ain't nobody said nothing about a vegan Thanksgiving.
Vegans don't have Thanksgiving. It
Oh, they
don't
don't?
count for them.
Why
Because
not?
y'all gotta re-edit
That was a
all
yeet.
the
We're
fucking
thankful
good
too.
edit the Thanksgiving menu. All right, so guys, it has been amazing. I hope that you guys had a great time with us. Are there any final thoughts that anybody at the table? Not you, David, co-host.
David,
they are the people that are speaking.
God damn it, with a vegan.
So listen, guys, is there anything that we touched on that maybe you had a final thought that you wanted to make sure you got across before we ended the show? Because you guys have definitely been very open, honest, thought-provoking, genuine. We love it. We know the viewers are loving it. So anything else that you want to impart? Yes, Jason.
Yeah, going back to the police issue with, you know, dealing with stress and running things home and whatnot. Never forget the human element behind everything, especially when you're talking about fear. Everyone has a different fear level. You interpret fear differently. So what may scare me may not scare you, vice versa. So always think about that when you see incidents involving police. You know, a lot of times, just because you have a gun, that doesn't mean you're immune to fear. You know.
You get shot every day, B.
Right.
Every day.
Every day.
Cover up, drink some soup.
But on a serious note, I don't want to drag it out, but I do want to ask you this. Can you tell the viewers and myself and these people here that were lovely with us today, you know, how do you get pulled over? What is the procedure as a black person to get pulled over? What do we do, officer? What is your advice on how
what
to get
do you do
pulled
if you get
over? What do we do as a black driver, especially our black men? What do we do? You're an officer. What should we be doing?
Everything on the dash, hands up, don't shoot.
Nope. Roll that window down. How you doing, officer?
Exactly.
What can I help you with?
Okay.
He gonna ask for life. He gonna ask for driver's license and registration.
Okay.
And you just give it to him. I never had no problem with the police.
But see, you know what's funny? We're not in Texas. Texas, I believe, a shoot 'em up state. No, you
that's
put that
true.
shit on the dash and you put your hands up. But everybody else, you just be polite and shit.
So,
okay, so we got some
Jason.
I would suggest just being polite. A lot of times, incidents escalate when the citizen becomes, they get worked up.
Okay.
You know, why did you stop? What's going on? Why are you harassing? I mean, off the top.
Okay.
And you're trying to explain to them, I'm not harassing.
So tail lights out.
You got a headlight.
So you're pulling me over. I just sit here and I wait for you to talk, or do I say, "Hey, officer, how you doing? What's happening?" What do I do?
Well, me personally, I mean, I can only a lot of these situations I can only talk about me personally.
Okay.
What I would.
If Jason, would you?
And I don't.
Jason's a good guy.
I don't
so
have
maybe
issues.
you can get your registration.
You can talk all you want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be polite to you.
What pisses you off as an officer?
This is me, no question.
Good question.
It takes a lot.
I got a question.
It takes a lot.
How do, I know this is so off topic and we're really about to leave, but how do y'all feel about sovereign citizens? Are you familiar with Khmer gangs?
Of course.
And how she has?
A little bit. I purposely don't follow a lot of that stuff, to be honest with you.
I feel as though if you're going to be, not you in general, but if you're going to be an officer of the state, you should be aware of every law that they have. And I don't know if you know, but she was well within her rights.
Exactly. No, I'm talking about that situation.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I know you.
Because I'll be honest with you, after 17 years of doing it, I can't.
They don't school y'all right. That's what I'm saying. They
No.
school y'all physically, but they don't school y'all mentally for everything. Because
It depends on the person.
Because if
Everyone's built differently mentally.
yeah, mentally,
And-
but you should, if you knew those rights, that if you knew everybody's right and what they're entitled to have, she was well within her rights. And if y'all were, and I honestly feel like if they educated the people who are going to police us, her situation wouldn't have went as far as it did. Because I feel as though, yeah, they were wrong, but yeah, they also weren't educated into it as well. So I also believe that, I don't know where you gotta go to write a little note and put in a thing I can go to do that, but like, they should teach y'all about sovereign citizens.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about dealing with it mentally.
No, she wasn't mentally. She was a sovereign
No,
citizen.
No. I thought you were talking about how do we deal with things mentally.
Oh no, not mentally, but like how do y'all deal? Like, do y'all know what that is?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wait.
No, you're a good guy. I'm just saying, but just to tell other people like, yeah,
Jason's
just go
a good
read up
guy.
the
I got a good vibe. Jason's
yeah, that's
a
what
good
I'm
guy.
saying. Like, go do a solve it because I don't know if it's gonna happen because like she was a martyr. Like she had the way she died taught other people. Like because she died that way, knowing those rights. I didn't know anything about being a solvent citizen and knowing any of those rights until after she died. So I looked into it after that.
So this, not to interrupt you guys, because this conversation could definitely go on and on and on, and it's good. It's really, really good, and perhaps we need to do a whole segment. Jason, you're gonna bring a couple of your friends down, some of your comrades down, and we just have a forum on
I got some
police. But we just want to make sure. To a degree, absolutely, within the parameters. So just on a funny note.
My birthday's tomorrow, y'all.
Listen,
at 12 o'clock.
I would have never guessed that, sweetie.
All right, well.
That's your mother and let the neighbors whoop your ass when you out of order. And that's how you look this way forever.
Okay, that's your final thoughts?
Javon,
do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, two things, man.
Okay.
No women, no kids. And every police ain't bad. It's just how you respect them. But to the police out there that's out here doing that crazy shit that y'all be doing, because there's a lot of corrupt cops. Like, yo, go find another job. Do something else.
Work at McDonald's. They like angry people there.
Wow.
And one last thing. One last thing on a health issue. First, my condolences goes to Puffy and the family, and also L.B. Short and his family.
Yeah.
To all the black women across America and men, because men need to start going to the hospitals as well.
Yes.
If something is wrong with you, you go to a hospital, you feel like you're not treated fair, please go to another hospital. That's all I gotta say.
Keep all the documents.
I want to say one last note too. You were talking about you watched your mother have a same sex relationship, and you know I respect the the gay community. A lot of you guys are my friends. Please let your children make their own decisions, and the way you do that is to be discreet. I didn't watch my mommy and daddy kiss, and that's heterosexual. So please just do your duty as a parent to let them choose and not
kids be kids.
That's all I want to say to you.
What happened to that? Let babies be babies.
This has been a magnificent show.
Absolutely. You know, I had a final thought because it just popped up on my thing. Just in WBF Fox 45.
At Fox 45.
Pastor Jamal Bryant leaving Baltimore's empowerment temple. Purely coincidental? I don't know. Tune in next time as we get 4 new guests to join us on ...
Walked into a bar.
Well, so I wanted to make sure that also, I'm sorry, we prematurely was getting ready to end. I want to make sure you guys shared your Instagram, your social media again, so folks can follow you, and then we'll close out. So, Javon, you want to kick us off?
Javon Bond, 007, Facebook, Javon Singleton. That's what it is.
Yeah, Facebook would maybe give your government name.
Yeah, I know.
They want to get all the directors.
Yoko!
What's up, y'all? It's YokoMcThuggin, YokoMcThuggin with no G, because I'm in that bitch. But
I'm in that bitch.
Miss Teresa?
It's your girl, Teresa Davis, filmmaker in Baltimore City. You want to go to __ Teresa Davis __. So it's 2 underscores, Teresa Davis without an H, __. You go on Facebook, the page is full, but guess what? You can follow me. Teresa Davis, just plain Teresa Davis, follow me.
And like
you can still follow me. You know you can still follow me, the page is full.
Like the page.
No, I never delete you. Until you get out of work, start cussing, take your clothes off. Then you gotta go. So, Teresa Davis, Facebook.
Mr. Jason?
My Facebook account, it's my government name, Jason Lee.
Take my clothes off. Because he ain't got a record.
Right. My Instagram is jpaul_yo.
Right there.
Okay. Dave, how we gonna find you?
Y'all can find me on Instagram at ILive, ILIVE Baltimore. You can follow me as well at Mentor LLC, MENTOUR LLC, Mr. 100 Lifestyle. We right here with this ... walked into a bar.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And where can they find you, Miss
They can find me
Rhonda
on
Cox?
Facebook. I have 2 pages, Rhonda, no H, Cox, C-O-X, and also RSVP Event Management LLC on Facebook. On Instagram, it's rsvpem.ceo and rsvpem. Now, we cannot forget our producers of this amazing show, April J. and 7 Nazir, WPB Media Networks. So you can follow April J at April J1 and also at WPB Media Networks. And then you can follow 7 at 7, the word written out, 7 Nazir, N-A-Z-E-E-R. You can follow him on Instagram. So guys, make sure you tune in to www.wpbmedianetworks.com if you weren't able to watch the entire show.
And make sure y'all catch us on demand.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
We're in demand,
if you
on
were
demand.
not able to watch the show live in a couple of days, it will be up and running on the website as well as the YouTube page, so you can get in on all of this conversation and tune in next week, next Monday.
Next Monday, same time, same place, right here.
Absolutely. We
Live
love you
stream at
guys.
7 p.m.
Thank you.
See ya.
Peace, peace.